whispers to the raven. I open the door. Not all at once, just enough. Just enough for the light to crawl across the threshold like fingers through a crypt. Just enough to let her voice slip in, soft, like breath against the back of my neck. Elora. The air shifted. Not wind, memory. Thick, warm, suffocating. The scent of scorched lilac filled my lungs and I staggered back. I wasn't in the room anymore. I was inside her. A flicker of sky bruised with red lightning. A child kneeling before a black altar. A crown of twisted metal, half melted, still warm from the forge. My knees hit stone. The ground was wet. It wasn't ash anymore, it was blood. She's remembering, a voice murmured nearby. Not Vale. Not the raven. Someone older. Harsher. Wiser. Too fast, said another. She'll burn out if she sees the rest. But I didn't stop. I wanted the burn. I wanted the truth. Then I saw her. The other Elora. Standing across from me, her eyes glowing like candlelight behind a veil of soot. She smiled. Not cruel, not kind either. Like someone remembering the shape of a face they used to wear. You let me out, she said. Now we share the skin. The walls bled away. I was back in the cabin. But everything felt wrong. The furniture was twisted. The window showed a sky of bone-white clouds swirling over black fields. The raven perched above the hearth, his feathers flared. You shouldn't have opened the seal. I had to, I said. My voice echoed. It wasn't just mine anymore. It rang deeper, wider, like I was speaking with two mouths. He cawed sharply. She'll consume you. No, I said. She's part of me. Vale laughed, inside my head, behind my ribs, in every shadow. Not part. The root. Suddenly, a crack echoed through the ceiling. Then another. The world shuddered. She's waking more than memory, the raven said, his voice now laced with fear. She's waking the others. The others? I whispered. But before he could answer, the door I'd opened, the one behind me, opened wider on its own, and something stepped through. Its footfall made no sound, not even the creak of old wood or the rustle of dust, just a sensation, like being watched from behind your eyes. I turned slowly. What stepped through wasn't a person. Not exactly. It was tall, taller than any man I'd known, dressed in robes that flickered between cloth and smoke, stitched with symbols that glowed like open wounds. Where its face should have been, there was only a smooth oval of black glass, and behind it, my own reflection. But it wasn't moving like me. The thing raised a hand, long, fingerless, cloaked in shadows that bled light, and pointed at my chest. Return. One word, but it cracked across the walls like thunder. Behind me, the raven flapped violently, feathers falling like shards of obsidian. You have to choose now, he shrieked. Lock her back or you go with her. But I couldn't move. My body wasn't listening. I could feel her, the other Elora, pressing outward, her voice curling in my throat. Let me speak, and God's help me. I let her. My mouth opened. My voice came out, but it was hers. I was promised the name. I was promised the flesh. The world forgets, but I do not. I remember the fire. The figure with the glass face paused. Then it did something strange. It bowed to her. To us. Vale screamed. No, don't trust them. That one bears the brand of the Hollow King. I felt her grin stretch my lips. The other Elora was fully in me now, and for the first time, she felt stronger than I did. Then the figure turned, and the moment it stepped back through the door, so did the sky. The clouds peeled open like skin, revealing a shape coiled above the world. A serpent, vast and blind, wearing a crown of roots and bone. The Hollow King. And he saw me, saw her, and he smiled. I stumbled back, clutching the frame of the door, but the cabin was gone. The world had changed. It wasn't a memory. It wasn't a dream. I was standing in a real place now. An endless field of charred grass and thorny trees, their trunks split with mouths that whispered nonsense in my direction. The sky wasn't sky. It was a ceiling of roots, dripping black sap, and the Hollow King's body hung across it like a suspended god coiled in sleep. But his eye was open. and it was fixed on me. "You brought her back," said a voice beside me. I turned. Vale stood in the shape of a man now, his raven feathers clinging like a torn cloak. His eyes were still avian, black, bottomless, ancient. "You shouldn't be here," he hissed. "Not yet. This place is beneath remembering." "Where am I?" I asked, barely recognizing my own voice. It sounded deeper, echoed strangely. He didn't answer. He didn't need to, because in the distance I saw them. Figures. Dozens, maybe hundreds. Each one a reflection of her, of Elora. But not me. Not quite. Some wore crowns. Some wore masks. Some had no faces at all. All of them walked toward the Hollow King, and all of them were burning. Vale touched my shoulder. "These are the ones who answered before you. The echoes, the fragments, the failed vessels." I couldn't breathe. "They're all me?" He nodded. "And soon you will be one of them unless you turn back." "I don't want to be them," I whispered. "I want to end this." The ground trembled. From deep below I heard it. Not the king. Not the echoes. Her heartbeat. The one inside me. The one that wasn't mine, but had become part of me all the same. Each pulse pulled the world tighter around me as if the skin of this place was shrinking. Then she whispered from within. "We were born in ash. We rise in echo. We end in blood." And my hands, both of them, were now glowing, carved with the same symbols that burned on the Hollow King's throne. The runes on my skin pulsed like veins filled with fire. Not ink, memory, not mine, hers, and they hurt, like truths that had waited too long to be told. Vale backed away, wings twitching. "You opened too much. The Hollow King sees you clearly now." "I never wanted this," I whispered. "And yet here you are," he said bitterly. "She chose you because you were empty enough to carry her voice. You've been echoing her name since you were born." Behind him, the sky began to crack. Hairline fractures running across the roots above, glowing red from some inner fire. The Hollow King stirred, and all the broken Eloras, the mask-wearers, the crowned, the faceless, began to scream in unison. Not in fear, in welcoming. They chanted in a tongue I didn't understand but somehow recognized, like lullabies in a language forgotten just after birth. Vale grabbed my wrist. "You can still leave. But if you stay, if you speak her name aloud, there's no going back." "She's already inside me," I said. What would going back even mean? He didn't answer. He just stared at me with a kind of mourning only old gods understand. That's when I heard it. My mother's voice. Elora. Clear. Close. Not from memory. Not from dream. From beneath. Below my feet, the ash split open like cracking ice. And I saw her. My real mother. Trapped in a mirror beneath the earth, eyes wide, hands pressed to the inside of the glass. And her mouth was stitched shut with silver thread. Vale paled. She tried to contain the name. She sealed it inside herself. That's why she vanished. Why no one remembered her. I dropped to my knees. The thread trembled, glinting with firelight. Then, I reached out. My fingers touched the mirror. It was warm, alive, and it whispered, "She can't speak, but you can. The name is yours now." I opened my mouth and spoke the name. The name slid from my tongue like oil and fire. Not human, not meant to be spoken aloud. It bent the world. The sky tore like wet paper. The field of ashes inverted as if gravity itself bowed to the sound. And the Hollow King stood. His limbs were wrong. Too long, too many, made of bark and bone and smoke. His head twisted toward me and his crown cracked down the middle, dripping embers. From the broken glass beneath me, my mother vanished. No scream, no sound, just a breath, like a candle snuffed out. And then, silence. All the other Eloras, the failed ones, the reflections, stopped screaming. They turned, faceless, watching. Vale fell to his knees. "It's done," he whispered. "You've spoken it. The name is hers again. But in your mouth, it's changed." The sky rumbled. Not thunder, a heartbeat. It wasn't the king's anymore. It was mine. And I felt it, her memory peeling back. all of it flooding in. The village, the pact, the fire they lit to silence her, the voices buried in the wells, and the child born from it all. Me. I wasn't her reincarnation. I was her echo sharpened into something new, something that could answer. The Hollow King reached for me, one splintered finger touching the glowing runes on my arm. "You are not what she was," he said, his voice like 1,000 knives dragged through dirt. "You are what comes after." The world broke, and I opened my eyes, gasping. Back in the real world, on the attic floor, covered in soot, holding the diary. The mirror across from me was cracked, and in the center of it, a small charred feather, still warm.